What the heck, France? This is what niggas do in France? Guys, I'm oiled up, but like, aside from that, France is finished.
Paris Saint-Germain wins their first Champions League title, but then their fans immediately take over the streets, not only starting fires, but blocking firefighters from stopping them, then breaking in and looting sneaker stores, clashing with over 5,400 French police, as their news media covered it as PSG fans tearing apart Paris. I don't know about you, but I saw very few PSG fans rioting in the streets, as it seemed to be more of those EBT tribes that we also see in the States, as even before PSG defeated Inter Milan.
No, but like seriously, what is going on in France, bro? Like there's always something going on in France. Like, I've been hearing so much about it. About like the situation over there. Not really going into too much details because I have like other matters to tend to, but like what is going on in France, man? Like, you know, but before I continue though, I'm gonna listen to more details first.
They already boarded up their team store, with nearby designer locations following suit, as everybody pretty much knew riots would ensue. And even before they won the title 5-0, fans, en masse, started to storm the streets. But then the group appeared to be not in jerseys or even soccer apparel, so the police rightfully attempted to disperse the crowds. And take notice how early in the day this is.
Yeah. Whoa, wait!
As they quickly deployed their riot police into the city.
Bro, is it like only like this in like certain cities of France, or? Because obviously not all the countries like this. Not all of the countries like this. Like, is this just like a fucking Paris thing? But then again, like, France is literally fucking centralized around Paris, so it's like, like most of the population lives around that region, so it's like, it basically, yeah, it's happening for everyone to see. I don't even know what to say about this.
So you would think they would be able to control the streets from there, but this being Paris, France, you knew their riots would quickly spin out of control, as even before the sun went down, they started fires.
Of course. Of course. You can't have riots in France without fires.
Where the rioters tried to break police barricades, but were met with water cannons.
Why?
It's almost like they know how to quickly quell the riots, but just don't have the stomach to follow through with it. As well into the evening, the entire city was put to a standstill.
What? This is like the one good view of the Eiffel Tower that I see that doesn't look boring. Yo, I've heard so many people talk about France and the Eiffel Tower more so specifically, and they're just like, oh yeah, the Eiffel Tower, it's just there. Like, it doesn't really add any like aura or aesthetic to the fucking surroundings. It's just a fucking tall ass metal structure. It's like the one angle where it actually looks nice.
As the soccer fans began looting random stores, even breaking into makeup boutiques.
What?
And looting their local sneaker store.
Wow, what is going on in France, man?
But don't worry guys, the bookstore right across the street was safe. Interesting how it's always the sneaker stores and not the libraries, which really makes me wonder if they even bother to board up their books, knowing this strange phenomenon about riots that transcends cultures, language, and even continents. But then these riots got serious. Where they gleefully burned several cars to celebrate a soccer championship, even burning piles of trash while grunting in unison.
I wonder whose cars that was. Yo, I hear that my car is destroyed. Yo ho. Woo. Yo, if that shit ever happens to my car, I'm catching some bodies. I bro. Holy shit, dude. Ooh, there are certain situations where, you know, like, God forbid ever gets to that point, but like there are certain situations where, you know, if push really comes to shove, I would unironically catch some bodies. Like, you could think that I'm lying, but like, you don't have to, bro. If this shit ever happens to me, bro, oh my, bro, I'm not even gonna elaborate on that, but I don't want to be demonetized.
To make matters worse, they also opened up the fire extinguishers to play in.
What the heck, France? This what niggas do in France? What?
Then grunting the same sound to stop the firefighters from putting out their fires. And even this guy was attacking a firefighter wrapped in a flag that definitely is not France's flag or even PSG. I really don't know.
Oh my, yo. I don't know if I should comment. I don't know if I should comment on that. Should I comment? No. I don't want to be fucking flagged. I don't want to be flagged. I don't want this video to be flagged. I'm not even gonna comment on that. I mean, I have some comments, but I don't want to be. I don't know. No.
Know if you can consider France the first world anymore, as civilized people don't dismantle their own emergency services to celebrate that their team kicks a ball better than your team. As what does blocking your own streets and tossing trash at the cops have to do with celebrating soccer? As sure, I can see about 3 PSG jerseys and 1 flag for the team.
Hello.
But the actual attackers rolling trash out in the streets and throwing bottles at the cops are dressed in traditional black bloc like rioters from every other event.
But why are they doing this? I don't understand. Why are they doing this in France? Like, what is the goal? Are they doing it just out of spite?
But when the riot cops finally stopped them, they got pretty direct. I believe this is from Clement Leno from CL Press, and I love how he saw that cop bop that protester across his face, but quickly just turned his camera away. As you know, if this occurred in the US, most of our journalists would start screeching in support of the idiots destroying the city, as this isn't the innocent soccer celebration the media will portray it as. Because there's now reports of vehicles running into the crowds, or it's hard to know what actually happened and who it happened to. But looking at the Daily Mail's reporting about the savage PSG fans burning the city, they reported the interior minister stated PSG fans were excited, but barbarians took to the streets to loot random sports stores and furniture stores, but also a car plowed into the crowd of fans. And that is the tragic status of today's reality, where you can't even celebrate a soccer victory without your stores being looted, cars getting set on fire.
I saw a lot of white people in that crowd, though. Now, this is hard to distinguish, because I saw, like, what seemed to be Middle Eastern looking people, white people, black people, all engaging in that. And the reason why I say this, and This is why I say it's hard to distinguish. Because a lot of people tend to just like a lot of these people who will say bring stuff about race and all that, they'll be like, oh, it's the typical people causing all this, like meaning black people causing all this, right? But like watching that whole thing, I see clearly non-black people who are very much engaging in it. Now, what seemed to be is that it was a mix. You had genuine people just celebrating PSG, and then it just kind of fucking mixed with just people with bad intent. But yeah, all I'm saying is I don't think this had nothing to do with color. I don't think that had absolutely nothing to do with color or anything like that. You know, it's funny how, like, you know, watching this, I see all these people, not just black people, engaging in this type of stuff. But someone's probably just going to go cherry pick this and then, you know, be like, you know, cut some scenes out and put only like black people in there and be like, oh, look, see guys, never mix, guys. You know, like, oh, we need to protect our sacred Europe, man. You know what I mean?
Or possibly be run over, because earlier in the day, when they already knew riots would ensue, the police pretty much refused to strike these rioters down before they could get to the point of running over fans, as apparently they eventually deployed 5,400 coppers, even briefly utilizing their water cannons. So why wouldn't they quickly round up and immediately jail anybody causing a disruption right after the match? Because you only get these mass riots of non-PSG fans when they see on social media how easy the police are going on them. But sadly, this isn't exclusive to soccer or even France, as I lived in Los Angeles long enough to see the Dodger Championship riots, the Laker Championship riots on several occasions, and the LA Clipper, well, I guess we never have to worry about that. Why is it that some sports teams can win rings, and even though their city expects a bit of unrest, it's largely civilized comparatively? Is it because the Boston Celtics have a classier fan base than the Lakers? I'm not gonna speculate too deeply on that, as I bleed green and I couldn't possibly be impartial. The point being is, I'm wearing this PSG beanie. Not because I'm a fan, but because a while back I randomly got this for Christmas. So me wearing this hat proves I'm a PSG fan, as much as all those rioters using a sports game to loot and burn the city. So why is it that their mainstream media can't quite figure that out, as their headlines seem to hide exactly who was rioting? Why doom scroll on social media all day when you have my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality? So subscribe to Decoy Voice.
Yeah, man. Why is, I swear, France is always just on fire. France always just has some type of domestic issues going on. Like, oh my goodness, dude. You know, I was talking with my brother and he was like, you know, I'll never go to France. He said the place is you know, a shit fest. He said so many people I know went there say that it's pretty bad to go there. I don't know, his opinion, not mine, so don't quote me on that. Anyways, yeah, I mean, shit, you know, you got any France reactions that you want me to react to? Because I've done a bunch of France reactions at this point. You could, you know, comment it in the comments below. You know, eventually I'll do it, but yeah, man, you know, active viewers, check out my channel membership, only 99 cents a month. Link is gonna be in the comments below. Yeah, check the France reactions coming on your end screen right now. You know, thank you for watching. And I really want some people to explain this to me in the comments. Anyways, and goodbye.